Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The man accused of firing several gunshots in a Wenatchee apartment complex more than a week ago has now been charged in that incident. The Wenatchee Valley can expect to see more smoke over the next few weeks from prescribed burning. Unseasonably warm weather expected again tomorrow with big changes headed our way on Wednesday. All the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. A two-vehicle crash Sunday night left one person dead and injured 6 on the outskirts of Chelan. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says about 8 p.m. a 2005 Honda Accord collided head-on with a 2014 Toyota Tundra that was pulling a travel trailer on Highway 150. Witnesses said the Accord, driven by 23-year-old Mateo Villa Morales, was traveling at high speed when it crossed the center line near Shop Avenue on the southeast edge of the city. The 32-year-old passenger of the Accord, Jose Morales Rosas, was pronounced dead at the scene. Villa Morales suffered life-threatening injuries and was airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where he remains in critical condition. The driver and 4 passengers in the Tundra were treated at Lake Chelan Hospital for minor injuries. Sheriff's deputies say they're investigating the crash, and Villa Morales may face charges of DUI, vehicular homicide, and vehicular assault. A motorist fleeing police in an allegedly stolen vehicle crashed into a power pole early Saturday morning, causing an electrical outage and ultimately evading capture. East Wenatchee police say the pursuit began around 4:30 a.m. when a patrol officer spotted a stolen vehicle traveling erratically through residential neighborhoods. The officer attempted a traffic stop, but the vehicle sped away onto Rock Island Road just south of 3rd Street Southeast, where the driver missed a curve and left the roadway. The vehicle struck and toppled the power pole, cutting electricity to 600 customers in the vicinity. The driver allegedly fled on foot through thick brush toward Highway 28. A pickup truck theft was reported in the same time frame a few blocks away, and 2 suspects were arrested but were not found to be related to the original pursuit and crash. Police say the main suspect is known to police and still being sought. The man accused of firing several gunshots in a Wenatchee apartment complex more than a week ago has now been charged in that incident. 35-year-old Jamie Camarena Zaragoza allegedly fired a semi-automatic rifle at least 8 times at his home in the 1100 block of Red Apple Road during a March 23rd dispute with family members. No one was injured, and Camarena was arrested within a few hours. Prosecutors last week filed a single count of first-degree assault, and Camarena faces arraignment 1 week from today. He's been free from the Chelan County Jail since last Tuesday, when he posted $400,000 bail. Columbia Elementary School Administration will follow some of their students to Lincoln Elementary if Columbia closes. Recent administration changes have shifted Wenatchee School District plans around to allow for Principal Cy Stuber and Assistant Principal Lydia Oakes to go to Lincoln if a closure happens. If Columbia were to close, half of the student population would go to Lincoln and the other half would go to Washington Elementary School. In February, the district announced plans to send Stuber and Oakes to John Newberry and Newberry Principal Socorro Yanez to Lincoln to co-principal with Tim Shepard. Now Shepard will move into the state and federal director position with the district, which allows for Stuber to take his place at Lincoln should a closure occur, while Yanez will stay at Newberry. When we come back, construction has begun for the pallet shelters contracted by the City of Wenatchee with Wenatchee Valley Rescue Mission. And Governor Jay Inslee on Friday signed what he expects to be the last bill of his time as Washington's chief executive. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Construction has begun for the pallet shelters contracted by the city of Wenatchee with Wenatchee Valley Rescue Mission, a shelter and support organization for the local homeless community. The 45 pallet shelters are 64 square feet each and cost the city roughly $643,460. Each shelter fits 2 beds as well as a heating and cooling system, and they're built on the Rescue Mission's property on South Wenatchee Avenue. In addition to building the tiny shelters, the organization is expanding its outdoor patio area and is seeking donations of used or new patio furniture, benches, or plants to make a welcoming space. The Wenatchee Valley can expect to see more smoke over the next few weeks from prescribed burning carried out in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. The Forest Service says it plans to burn about 400 acres of understory in the Martin Ranch area of No. 2 Canyon. That's about 4 miles west of Wenatchee, and 400 more acres near Beehive Reservoir about 12 miles southwest. The controlled burns are meant to clear out excessive undergrowth that contribute to larger, out-of-controlled wildfires on public land. The burns will take place, weather permitting, from today through April 19th. Governor Jay Inslee on Friday signed what he expects to be the last bill of his time as Washington's chief executive. The 3-term governor signed the state's 2024 supplemental operating budget into law in a special ceremony at the University of Washington's new behavioral health teaching hospital. In his time in office, Inslee has signed 4,212 bills in total. He gave credit to lawmakers and to First Lady Trudy Inslee for their work and support.
Barring a special session, this will be the last bill I sign as governor of this great state. And I will just say that we all love the Evergreen State, and long may she thrive. Thank you.
Coming up next, the $117 million Eastmont School District construction bond is back on ballots this month. And in tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Jordan Gonzalez breaks down how it looks very similar to a bond proposed in 2022. Near record high temperatures possible tomorrow with a 20-degree cool down expected on Wednesday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
So you may have heard the latest trend, shrinkflation. Companies are making products smaller and decreasing the quality of their ingredients. Well, at Abby's, we're going the opposite direction. We're sticking with the same plan that's worked since 1964. For a real value, head to Abby's. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
Now is a great time to get an offer you'll love on the Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid. Inventory is here, so bring on the fun. Bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the memories. And get a great offer on a Honda, named the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Road, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
The $117 million Eastmont School District construction bond is back on ballots this month. The April 23rd special election will be the second time this year that voters will determine whether or not 4 Eastmont elementary schools will see major improvements to their buildings. In February, the bond failed by only 0.5%, which the district took as a sign to try it again in April. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Jordan Gonzalez broke down this year's bond, how it was shaped by a similar bond from 2022, and how it ended up back on ballots.
On the night of the February 13th special election, a $117 million Eastmont school construction bond sat at 58.83% voter approval. In Washington state, a school construction bond needs to pass a 60% supermajority threshold. As days passed and more ballots were counted, the bond would eventually fail at 59.56% voter approval.
Every day when they had a new ballot count, I thought, this is going to be it, this is going to be it, this is going to be it. And then when the rate of improvement slowed, it still improved, but it slowed. And then our experts were telling us to go get a good night's rest because it's likely not going to pass. Then that's exactly what I think we did as a team.
The bond aimed to modernize Cascade, Kenroy, and Lee elementary schools and construct a single point of entry and replace the roof and HVAC systems at Rock Island Elementary School. The bond would also upgrade safety, security, and accessibility at all schools around the district. The bond didn't officially fail until February 23rd. By then, the district already decided to give it another try to achieve the 60%. It became clear after the third ballot count a week before the results were certified that the bond may not have enough votes to pass. After learning the bond results were still under 60%, Superintendent Becky Berg was encouraged by her staff to consider running it again during the special election in April.
By the end of that day, we had basically consulted with everyone we need to consult, our bond attorney, our finance people, our architects, everybody involved in this, and everyone was thinking, yes, April makes sense. So then, of course, it's a board decision. So then we called the board and told them what we were thinking of.
You never want to waste taxpayer money for going through a process, an election process. So that would be one concern, to have the same outcome as the February ballot here in April. So that would be a concern. But I think we have some really good ideas in place on how to make that not happen, to make it cross the victory line. I think we're all very committed to improving the facilities here at the district, and so the fact that staff was so enthusiastic about that possibility, and that we were so close, I mean, obviously the board was unanimous in the decision to go ahead and put it back out on the April ballot.
This is not the first time in recent years that the district has seen a bond fail. In 2022, an Eastmont school construction bond aimed to fix a lot. 4 aging elementary schools and Sterling Junior High would be renovated, athletic facilities would be updated, and they'd have a new transportation center. The $185 million bond went on to fail during the November election that year. only 51% of voters approved the measure. It was the bond from 2022 that informed the one on ballots this year. After the 2022 failure, the district surveyed voters, which helped them understand what the top priorities were. It was determined that Cascade, Kenroy, and Lee schools were most in need of rebuilding, and Rock Island also needed some improvements. Participants agreed the athletic facilities needed upgrades, but not through increasing taxes. The transportation center was also deemed a nice to have and not an immediate need. That input is what helped the district narrow down what they wanted to focus on with the February and now April bond. Should this bond pass in April, the tax rate is projected to remain the same as in 2023. The district paid off a capital levy in 2023, and the new bond would replace that tax in 2025. The 2023 combined tax rate was $2.92 per $1,000 of assessed property value. There is a chance that this rate can decrease as new construction and houses are built, and especially as Microsoft begins to move into the area. This bond also generates an additional $27 million in state matching funds. All eyes now watch the April 23rd special election to see if the district can maintain high voter approval and get the votes needed to pass the bond.
So I think we're at the place now where these are all needs, not wants, and we're putting our kids first.
All right, time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Easter weekend. It wasn't bad weather-wise, and boy, today, just spectacular around North Central Washington. This is our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera. I was up in Okanagan County yesterday and for Easter, and I'll tell you what, Omak was very windy yesterday. Not quite as bad in the Wenatchee Valley and not as windy today. Just nice weather all over the place, and we're going to continue to see that as we make our way into Tuesday. Sunny and warm once again tomorrow. We could see highs in the mid-70s here in the Wenatchee Valley. And then an area of low pressure and associated cold front will barrel through the state on Wednesday. That could kick up some breezy winds, maybe some snow in the mountains, and some lowland rain, but that'll be sprinkles. Wednesday's highs only in the 50s, and then Thursday through Sunday, we'll see some unsettled weather with multiple periods of maybe some rain and some cooler temperatures. All right, today's high temperature, 71 degrees unofficially, 57 is where we should be for this time of year. 80, our record high temperature set back in 1992. 48 beautiful degrees this morning. 37 is where we should be for a low temperature, and 26, our record low set in 2008. Sunrise 6:38 this morning and sets for us tonight at 7:31. All right, taking a look at your Tuesday temperatures, and they sure don't look like early April, do they? 76 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 75 in Quincy, 74 beautiful degrees, Ellensburg, Wenatchee, 73s then for Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak. Beautiful in our upper elevations too, upper 60s for Lake Wenatchee, and lower 70s tomorrow for both Leavenworth and for Kashmir. All right, tonight we still have an area of high pressure. You can see just the ridge over the northwest section of Washington. That will bring us mostly clear skies tonight. We're talking mild lows again too, with lows in the low to mid 40s for us. As we get you into Tuesday, sunny and unseasonably warm. We'll be flirting with some record highs in many locations tomorrow, with highs generally in Wenatchee in the mid 70s for Tuesday. And then the bottom falls out as we get into midweek Wednesday. A trough of low pressure moving through an associated cold front bring us mostly cloudy skies. We'll see highs at least 20 degrees cooler on Wednesday into the mid 50s. And then for the end of the week on Thursday, we continue to see mostly cloudy skies. This is where we'll see a chance for rain too, about a 30% chance of it Thursday. High temperatures again in those mid 50s, so they will be slightly below normal into Thursday and once again into our weekend on Friday. And here we go, cloudy skies, a 30% chance of rain on Friday. Highs again pretty seasonal in the mid to upper 50s. As you can see, most of the showers will remain to our south, so we may miss a lot of that activity on Friday. And then some drier weather comes our way this weekend. Will be mostly cloudy. Seasonal high temperatures though, nothing crazy like we've seen yesterday and on Sunday. High temperatures in the mid to upper 50s for Saturday. And then finishing off our forecast and finishing off your weekend as we get you into Sunday, partly cloudy skies. You can just see an area of high pressure building back into the Pacific Northwest. We'll see seasonal highs once again on Sunday with high temperatures then mainly in the upper 50s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 46 degrees overnight tonight. Lots of sun and warm temperatures for Tuesday, 74. And then a big weather change for Wednesday, mostly cloudy and 55. Some chance for rain both Thursday and Friday, mid to upper 50s. And then partly to mostly cloudy this weekend. We'll see 57 for a high on Saturday and 58, your high temperature on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next tonight, Sports Report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
And a happy Monday to you, getting out of the office today to look at a little practice, getting ready for our broadcast tomorrow between the Eastmont Wildcats behind me and Moses Lake. We'll talk more about that coming up. First of all, the LSU Tigers and Haley Van Lith advanced to the Elite Eight of the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. Gonzaga, however, did not. The Bulldogs dropped out of the tournament by Texas Friday night in Portland, 69-47 the final. LSU advanced with a hard-fought 78-69 win over UCLA Saturday. Haley Van Lith had 7 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Now, she's played in 16 NCAA tournament games in her career and is below her 15.6 points per game average. Haley says she'd rather win than score.
I think at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make winning plays. And I think in the fourth quarter, I was able to come up with some winning plays for us. And, you know, I would rather be known as a winner than a scorer. Because at the end of the day, if all you're going to ask me to do is score, like, that's something that I can definitely do. So, yeah, I think at this point it's about making winning plays.
LSU has a rematch of last year's championship with Caitlin Clark in Iowa. That game going on right now on ESPN. Haley Van Lith says that she's proud of the legacy that she and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have created on the national landscape for women's basketball.
When it goes back to the younger generation, and I just remember being a kid growing up, and there was never any women's basketball games on TV. You didn't really hear about the WNBA. Like, I was looking up to men's players. Like, I wanted to be Kyrie, and I wanted to be Steph. Like, I wasn't like, I want to be Sue Bird. There just wasn't any coverage. And I think today, young girls can see themselves in other female athletes. We're there on TV. We're in their face, and they can relate to us. And so I think that that's really special. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
LSU and Iowa on ESPN right now. Gonzaga was bounced from the men's tournament by Zach Edey and Purdue 80-68 on Friday. Graham Ike and Bulldogs defense just no match for the 7'4", 300-pounder. Boilermakers went on to beat Tennessee to reach the Final Four. Well, the Mariners didn't play their best baseball over the weekend, yet still managed to split with Boston at T-Mobile Park. The Red Sox took the series finale yesterday by a final of 5-1. Bryce Miller got touched up for 4 runs on 6 hits in his first start, including a 3-run home run that was the difference.
The high fly ball right field, driving back Raley. Raley to the wall, looking up, and it is gone! 3-run homer for Valdez. And the Red Sox get a big swing at last. and jump in front with the long ball here, 4-1.
Mariners welcome Cleveland tonight for the first of 3 games at T-Mobile Park. That game time at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Meanwhile, over on Root Sports Northwest Plus, if you have access to it, you can see the Kraken take on San Jose. They're down on the road to take on the Sharks after falling to Dallas over the weekend 3-0. Seattle now officially eliminated from any playoff potential. Well, speaking of hockey playoffs, Wenatchee and Kelowna are tied at a game apiece after a couple of games at the Town Toyota Center over the weekend. Wenatchee won a wild affair on Friday at the Town Toyota Center by a final of 8-6 after being down by 3 goals twice in the contest. Austin Drade had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Swings it over for Cooper, right point. Cooper goes back door. Wood up top, finds Sward. Cooper one-timer, save made, rebound, they score! Backside rebound, Briley Wood hits the back of the net, and the Wenatchee Wild answer back. A couple of weeks ago to talk about the end of the U18 season for the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Academy. We've got enough to get through a few intermissions with them. Thrown on from the left point, Price sends it through, and the Rockets score. As they show the replay, right off the draw, Price sent it through, and another goal for the Rockets. Wristed ahead, touched up by Isogai. Played on the end boards for Kikkonen, who's 9 of 10 so far in the contest. Wild jam it in and score! Welcome back. Don't blink, you'll miss something. Jammed home, Evan Friesen. It's a 4-2 game. 3-on-2 battle. Wild get a couple bodies to it. One-timer, Iginla slaps it on, and one-timer he scores. Sward moves it to the right point, Cooper. Through for Isogai. And across for Wood. One-timer, Sward. Blocked that one. Second chance, Wood, he scores! Basically, while you're stationary along the wall, just rip somebody's feet out from underneath them. He did it in motion. Thrown in, foot tipped in, they score! This is a 5-4 hockey game! This game is getting wild indeed. Carter Prasovsky. Wenatchee needs 1 goal on the power play to tie it, and they got it! Graham Sward down the slot. We are tied! Off of Graham, he holds it in with a minute to go in the period. Back for Rochak. Rochak walks it to the right, circled up top, he scores. Top of the left wing circle, 4-on-4, 16 seconds left in the second period. Kelowna with a 6-5 lead. Isogai weaves it, throw, looks to go to the back door, they score, it's Wood, throw those hats! Wenatchee still has it, shoveled out for Prasovsky, left point, rims it toward the net, they tip it in and score, you can't be serious, Riley Wood did it again. Half of that will be spent down a man. And the face-off belongs to the Rockets. One-timer, Goisik, huge glove save, Daniel Hauser. Oh, baby, what a save. Got that one blocked. Isogai put himself in front of it, and Isogai Iginla caught below the goal line. Isogai is loose. Isogai, 86, makes it 8-6. A 2-goal lead with 2 seconds to go. Kenta Isogai into the empty net to end an all-time classic.
That's right. Briley Wood scored 4 goals on Friday night. Much different story on Saturday as the visitors would get on the board first and would go on for the 3-1 victory. The series now shifts to Kelowna for games 3 and 4 tomorrow and Wednesday at 7:05. There will be a game 5 back in Wenatchee Friday night at 7 o'clock. Get tickets at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. There's much more local sports, including the preps and what's happening here behind me tomorrow, as we'll have Eastmont and Moses Lake here on the NCWLIFE channel with our game live on Facebook at 3:50. We'll have it broadcast on the air tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. You can find out more at NCWLIFE.com. Here at Dan White Field in East Wenatchee, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.